I'm a real fan, bro. I'm a real fan, bro. What's good, y'all? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles, and you're listening to Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where I always keep it real. That was a pretty lazy intro. I'll be honest, been a sad day. Yesterday, November 5th, 2022, it was a sad day to be a Philly sports fan. I'll flat out tell you, this is probably the darkest day to be a Philly sports fan ever. I mean, to lose 2 championships in one day is wild. Like, just losing the World Series itself, that was hard. That was hard. I was like, dang, like, Phillies, like, yo, just there. And then the Union literally had the game in their hands, and they folded. They let up the latest goal in MLS history and end up losing in penalties. The Phillies, after Schwarber's home run, we was looking all right. The city was rocking. We was happy. And then Jordan Alvarez hits a 3-run homer in the 6th inning to put them up 2. And then they ultimately won 4-1. So, I mean, this was a tough day. I mean, like, look, when you talk about, Philly sports, we are still up right now because we still got the Eagles. And what I will say to the Philadelphia Eagles, y'all better win a Super Bowl, because if y'all don't win, oh, it's going to be bad. I mean, we lost the MLS Cup, the World Series. Y'all have to win the Super Bowl. Like, I'm sorry, before this season, it wasn't that much pressure on the Eagles to win anything. I mean, it was just pressure to just maybe make the playoffs, right? Or maybe win the NFC East. But no, y'all got to win the Super Bowl, because there is no way that Philly sports will go this year without a ring, with having the only undefeated team in the NFL and having our soccer team and our baseball team in the championship with a chance to win it all. The Phillies were up 2-1 against the Astros. Nobody thought that. I don't even think a lot of Philly fans thought we could actually do that. This sucks, bro. Sports suck. It's like it's the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Like, it's sad day right now in Philly, bro. Real sad day. Let's talk about the Philadelphia Union, my soccer people. Now, first off, like I said, the Union lost to LAFC on the latest goal in MLS history. Like, bro, you literally cannot make this up. And what's even worse is that Gareth Bale, the LAFC's signing in this LAFC's offseason signing, ended up paying dividends, because he was subbed in during extra time, and he ended up scoring that game-tying goal to put the game into penalties, and then we lost in the penalty shootout. And I mean, even LAFC's backup goalkeeper and John McCarthy, who came in after their starting goalkeeper got a red card in extra time, right? So the LAFC was already down 10 men. Bro. And somehow they were able to score. That just boggles my mind. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But before I trash on the Union and how, really inexcusable, it was a great game. Don't get me wrong. It was a great game. Union played a great game. LAFC played a great game, right? So it was one of the best games, maybe the best game in MLS history. But let's just be honest. If y'all have, let me give LAFC their credit. I'll give John McCarthy, backup goalkeeper, credit for making 2 saves during the penalty shootout. Right, this is a guy that had one start in all, or played one game in all of 2022, one game, but his number was called during the MLS Cup final, and he rose to the occasion. I mean, heck, he even had one of the best saves of the year before Jack Elliott ended up scoring that go-ahead goal in the 124th minute to put us up 1. But the save prior to that, I mean, if he saved that, you would have made headlines already off of that. I mean, obviously it was a rebound, ended up scoring a goal, but John McCarthy came to play. So I'll give LAFC their due. They were down 10 men. They ended up still finding a way to get that goal, right? And they ended up capitalizing the opportunity and winning the MLS Cup. Congratulations. Anyway, so let's talk about the Philadelphia Union. So how the heck do you give up the latest goal in MLS history to a team that has less men on the field than you? And you are up 1. So look, so after y'all score in the 124th minute, it should have been every Philadelphia Union player, everybody in Philly defending, everybody in Philly should be at the box, and you're doing 2 things. You're going to clear it out, or you're going to dribble out the clock. 2 jobs. And when you see that we sub in a guy in Gareth Bale when you see that LAFC subs in a guy in Gareth Bale during extra time, one thing should go in mind. They are subbing him in to score a goal. So, if I'm the Philadelphia Union, I'm not letting Gareth Bale be single covered in the box, especially if they have less men than us. How the heck can a guy in Gareth Bale, one of the best players of this generation, came to the MLS, all-time great player, how the heck is he single covered in the 128th minute? How is that possible? I know, now look, this is Gareth Bale, a guy that is one of the most clutch players of this generation. This is a guy in 2014 that put Real Madrid up 1 in the Champions League final against Atletico Madrid, right? This is a guy in Gareth Bale that put Real Madrid up 1 against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final in 2014. This is a guy in Gareth Bale that hit a bicycle kick in the Champions League final against Liverpool to put them up 2-1. This is a guy that when he is on the biggest stage, he performs to the best of his ability, and just kudos to Gareth Bale. But he should have never been single covered to begin with. There is no reason why a guy like Gareth Bale, if anyone else scored besides Gareth Bale, I could be like, all right, you know what, just tip of the cap to him. But there is no reason why Gareth Bale, if anybody should be double covered, triple covered, deny the ball, it should be Gareth freaking Bale out of all people. I just can't. I just simply can't. So if a guy in him is getting single covered after LAFC literally has less men than us, has one less men than us on the field, then we deserve to lose. So, so it hurts, but we deserve to lose if that's what it ends up coming down to, right? But the Union had a fantastic season, but it's just like, it was right there for the taking, bro. Like, it was right there for the taking. So I don't know what type of luck. I'm not even going to say luck at this point, but it's like whenever Gareth Bale is in a final, his teams always come out and win in the last dying minutes. Talk about in 2014 with Real Madrid when Sergio Ramos hits that stoppage time goal to level up Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid. And then guess what Gareth Bale does? He puts them up 1 in extra time, right? And they end up winning 4-1. A guy, I don't know if Gareth Bale just has like that lucky charm or what, but wherever he goes, I mean, sheesh. Wherever they go, he wins. And it's always like whenever the cards are stacked against him, whenever it's looking bad, Gareth Bale came up when it really mattered most. He's got to tip your cap to him, but the Philadelphia Union, they fumbled this. Now let's talk about the Phillies. The Philadelphia Phillies. They just got beat by a better team. Unlike the Union, I still feel like the Union deserved to win that game. Matter of fact, no, you did not deserve to win that game after letting Gareth Bale be single covered, right? So we're not talking about them no more. But the Phillies just lost to a better team. And it didn't take until after game 3 for the Astros to be like, what the heck are we doing? We are the more talented team top to bottom. Like, how the heck are we not demolishing these guys? It did like the Astros should have beat the Phillies in 4 or 5 games. It should have never gotten to a point to where after game 3 they were the underdogs. Like, it should have never gotten to a point to where the Phillies took 2 games from them. Now, so here's what I will say. The same way that Rob Thompson got his job is he reverted from what got him the job in the first place. Talk about the Phillies that should have never gotten to this point to begin with. In June, earlier this year, they were 22-29. They were an underachieving Phillies team. They ended up firing Joe Girardi and hiring Rob Thompson. And they hired Rob Thompson because he let the players play. So if how you got this job and why you've been so successful since being hired, you would think, okay, he's going to let Zach Wheeler play this game. I don't get why Thompson yanks Wheeler out the game because he gave up a run because he ended up hitting, one of the Astros players in the 6th inning. Then he ends up giving runs to Altuve and Pena. After gives up the run to Pena, who's been having a monster, who's been going stupid like the whole postseason. He ends up yanking him. And Alvarado flat out wets the bed. He flat out wets the bed. You can see it in his eyes. He was not ready for this moment. And what happens? Jordan Alvarez hits a 3-run homer. It's a legendary hit. It's going to be remembered in MLB history forever. And the Phillies are on the wrong side of history in that case, right? But Jordan Alvarez, he didn't play well this postseason for his standards. Altuve, they did not play well, or he did not play well for his standards. I mean, this guy didn't hit an RBI all postseason. All postseason. Like, how is that? How? Yet Alvarez hadn't hit a home run since the divisional round, bro. Divisional playoff. So I just don't get, like, matter of fact, it's not even I don't get. It's just this is a credit to the Astros lineup, the Astros team, their depth. Because if your 2 best players were not having a good postseason to their standards in Altuve and Alvarez, and you still win the World Series, like that's just crazy. And a guy in Jeremy Pena, he's gonna be good for a long, long time. He's the only rookie to have a hit in every single game of the World Series in the 6 games that they played this year. I mean, he was flat out the difference maker. When nobody showed up, it was Pena that showed up. When all the hitters got by either Wheeler, Suarez, Nola, whoever, were having success against this Astros batting lineup, it was Pena that made hit after hit, clutch play after clutch play to, end up giving the Astros the win, end up having them win this series. And Alvarez, he's going to get the shine because of the 3-run homer. But again, Jeremy Pena, the MVP of this World Series, deservingly so, he got it because of how well he played when really it was only on him. If Jeremy Pena does not play this well, the Astros are not winning the World Series. So he's going to be a force to be reckoned with for a long time. I know people do not like the Astros. I do not like them. They are some cheaters, flat out cheaters. But they got some in Jimmy Pena. Oh, he's going to be nice. He's going to be nice. And you see the character of players when all the chips are on the line, right? You saw with Alvarado, he was scared. He was scared when the chips was on the line, right? Guy in Pena, he rose up when the chips were on the line, right? So again, this is a team in the Phillies. They should never got here. They should never got here. They were 22-29 in June. It looked like they might miss the playoffs with how they were playing leading up to the playoffs. They were the last team to get a playoff berth, right? They were 14 games behind the Braves. They won 87 games in the regular season. They beat 3 favorites to get to the World Series. So ultimately, the Phillies should have never got here, and they got beat by the better team. But I still feel like this was a series that the Phillies could have won if Thompson just let the players play, just trusted Wheeler a little bit more. But ultimately, too, it wasn't really the defense that was the problem that we thought it might be coming into this postseason. The problem was the offense in the World Series. After Game 3, bro, like it was bad. After Game 3, in 3 total games, in Game 5, in Game 4, in Game 5, in Game 6, the Phillies had a total of 3 runs, 9 hits, and 38 strikeouts. They flat out got worked. That pitching lineup by the Astros just flat out whooped them, flat out dominated them. I will say, Lance McCullers, out of all the pitchers that could be talking, you better be the last one that's talking about some ring the bell. Dude, you gave up the most home runs in a World Series. You tied the record for the most home runs in a World Series game. And you talking about some ring the bell. Dude, be the last one talking. You almost were the reason why the Phillies were able to win this World Series, bro. So I'm not trying to hear that, talking about some ring the bell, bro. It's always the ones that get carried, or it's always the ones that, get and ends up getting carried by other people that talk the most trash once they win. So congrats to the Astros. McCuller, if you ever come to Philly, when y'all play Philly, best believe it's up and it's stuck. It's up and it's stuck, my boy, because we're going to be bullying your butt. Oh, it's going to be raps. You're going to hate that fact that we seen that video. You talking about some we ringing the bell. Oh, bet. It's up when we see you. Because Philly fans, we don't forget. We remember that. I'm going to remember that for sure. But ultimately, just like how the Union had a great season, the Phillies, they still had a great season. So I am upset that my Union, my Phillies, they both lost the championship, and I'm rooting for my Eagles to make up for it by winning a Super Bowl. If the Eagles, I think I said the Phillies, but if the Eagles win a Super Bowl, I'll be all right. All the hurt that the Union and the Phillies gave me will all be washed away by a chip by the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Eagles, again, it's a lot of pressure on y'all. Not going to lie. But there's no reason that Philly is on one in every sport and we don't have a chip to bring home. We will bring a chip this year. And we don't know what that chip is going to be in football. I don't know about basketball. I don't know about hockey. I know we had some injuries and had some injuries in had some injuries in basketball with Harden and Embiid. So looking a little iffy right now. And the Flyers, they're middle of the pack, nothing crazy. But the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders, all y'all boys, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Nick Sirianni, Harry Roseman. I mean, you built this roster for the city. For the city, you gotta win. We gotta win. Gotta win. I mean, look, you gotta win. Gotta win. Gotta win. I mean, bro, I'm a real fan, bro. I'm a real fan, bro. I got this in 2012, bro. I don't even cuss on this, John. I really am bad, bro. I didn't go lie. I really am bad. Like, how? Now, I will say before I end this episode, I go to Morehouse, and yesterday, Morehouse beat Clark Atlanta to win the AUC championship, right? So that made up for a little bit. But still, bro. Y'all was so close. Y'all lost the chip for a goal to the latest MLS goal in history. Like, I can't make it up. But it's cool. Eagles, I got faith in y'all. That we will persevere. If you're a Philly fan, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one to swallow. But just let me know your thoughts on the Union, the Phillies, Philly sports in general. If you're not a Philly sports fan, how you feel like Philly sports is looking? I mean, look, regardless of the fact that we lost, Philly sports is up. And we deserve this. We deserve this. But out of all the years, the Sixers was trash, the Eagles was trash, the Phillies was trash, the Union was trash. I mean, it's all coming together. We didn't obviously bring a chip back home in soccer or in baseball, but we still got football. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Still going to be a dark day. I still got to grieve today, but it would actually help me out if you would subscribe to the channel. All right, that being said, I was talking Miles Johnson, where I always keep it real. I'm out, y'all.